Hi everyone, Joe Gentile from Sarraf Gentile LLP. So I was just going through the news this morning and I saw that a couple of weeks ago, the SEC put out an announcement that they just awarded $9 million to a whistleblower that came forward with information about an investment fraud. So it's a lot of money, great result, not a record-breaking amount for the SEC, but still noteworthy. And I wanted to bring attention to this because I wanted to take this as an opportunity to remind EB-5 investors and other people in the EB-5 world that there's a tool that's not really discussed all that often in EB-5. So there's a lot of fraud in EB-5. Over the years, we've seen lots of lawsuits and prosecutions that have to do with fraud in the EB-5 world. And it's worthwhile to remind people in that world, including investors, that if they have information that a fraud has occurred or is ongoing, you could be an investor or an employee of the company that's committing the fraud or some other person associated with the project. If you have evidence of that, the SEC has a whistleblower program where if you use an attorney, you could submit the information anonymously to the SEC, and the SEC will then take steps to protect your identity to keep you confidential. It's not 100% bulletproof, but in most instances, they are able to keep the identity of the whistleblower confidential. So you could confidentially provide this information, and if the SEC decides to investigate it and takes action, the whistleblower can get 10 to 30% of the amount of money that the SEC recovers if the amount they recover is over $1 million. If the SEC recovers over $1 million, you could also get a share of what other government agencies recover based off your information. And so we've seen situations where people have gotten paid many millions of dollars, in some cases even over $100 million for information that they provided to the SEC on investment frauds. And since the EB-5 world or EB-5 investments are generally considered securities and under the purview of the SEC, frauds related to EB-5 are also subject to this whistleblower program. So this is something worth keeping in the back of your mind or to consider if you're aware of any improprieties happening with EB-5 investments. So as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope this was useful and you have a great day. Bye.